little over 180 recognized nations in the United Nations. And China is the largest trading partner of more than 100 of the 180. And so when I think about China moving through a difficult period of time, I can't imagine that that'd be positive for EM. So, and when you look at EM vol is underneath US NASDAQ vol for the first time ever. And just, we kind of live in the twilight zone, right? I mean, we live in an environment where, you know, we have
European junks lower than treasuries.
We have European junk lower than 10-year treasuries. We have EM vol inside of NASDAQ vol. We have crazy people lobbing missiles in different places. We have a rising power threatening a ruling power. All of these things are happening all at the same time. I wake up each day and say, I don't even realize which world I'm living in anymore. And yet, equities march higher, vol continues to come lower, and the world is moving from active to passive like there isn't a bump in the road right in front of us. And I feel like there's a pretty material bump in the road. There could be a pothole that we might fall in in the near term, and yet we're speeding along at 100 miles an hour. And so there are these, there's a dissonance in the world today that I actually have a hard time putting my finger on.
So that's making you more risk averse than you would be.
Yeah, I think, as you probably know me, maybe I'm cursed, but I'm skeptical by nature.
I think all good macro people have to be, because that's the game.
But when you think kind of 8 years into one of the biggest bull markets in the history of time, is not the time to be adding risk. It's not the time to be going from active to passive. It's not the time to be piling on to what's been working, because I think, inevitably, again, not the end of the world, but inevitably we could see some really big gaps, right? We could see some air pockets if all of a sudden everyone thinks they can reduce exposure so quickly and they can't. So I think in the next 12 months we're going to see pretty elevated vol levels. I think vol's the cheapest asset class in the world.